You are not ordinary. So wake up your super brain and reclaim your power. What if I told you this truth? You are not weak, you are not slow, and you are neither not average. You are born with a super brain, capable of many things. You can imagine coming from the Creator, the Almighty God. As human beings, we create things, and the things that we create them to fulfill a particular purpose and a given objective. So God being the Almighty Father, He did not just create us with mediocre brains, but He gave us super powerful brains that are capable of achieving whatever that He created us to achieve in our lives. Unfortunately, as we continue and move along life, many things happen along the way, and life teaches you to play small. It could be the school, it could be the failures that you face in life, could be the fears that you have in your life, it could be the criticism that you get. This could be from your teachers, from your parents, from your friends, and all these bottle you up to a given confinement, preventing you from achieving what you are created for, the best that the Almighty God wanted you to be. So little by little, you are programmed to be ordinary, to achieve what is we call ordinary achievement. Or if not ordinary, you even go to subordinary, just mediocre things. You are really driving through life. But with the super brain that God created you for, He gave you all the power to achieve what He meant you to be in this world. And you can achieve extraordinary achievements in all the important areas of your life. Think about your spiritual life, your marriage, your relationship with your children, your businesses, your relationship with your friends, and even your finances. All these things you can achieve uh, extraordinary uh, success. So you are born with a super brain. That is the wake up call I want you to have, because that is one of the major chains that blocks us from achieving what God meant us to achieve. So it keeps you down, it keeps you held down, and never allowing you to be the best that God created you. So your brain is very powerful, and it can learn new skills no matter what your age, no matter what your circumstances, no matter what you have achieved before. You can also heal after failure, and failure is feedback. Whatever you try and you don't succeed or do not achieve what you wanted, that just gives you feedback that you can do better, and you have new experience, you have a new learning opportunities to do your best. Then your brain can also create new ideas that you can be able to implement and achieve what you want. You can also change your habits. Remember that habits are developed. You are not born with them. And you can have good habits or bad habits. You can have habits that builds you, or you can have habits that destroy you. And you can grow at any age. It doesn't matter what is your age. The moment you decide, it doesn't matter what you have achieved before. It doesn't matter what you have failed before. It does not matter what you have failed to implement. The point you decide that this is my beginning, then it becomes a new beginning, and you can always begin a new life. So your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it becomes stronger. For those people who go to the gym, those who exercise, they know that the more you keep lifting weights, the more your muscles become stronger, the more bigger they become. And that's how our brain is. The more you use your brain, the more you use it to run new skills, the more tracks that you develop in your brains. And the good news is all these things are interrelated. When you learn one skill, the tracks that you form in your brain can always help you form other tracks and relate the knowledge in the brain. The way it works, it connects related information. So when you learn something, then your brain will relate it to something that you already have in your brain. And one of the necessities when doing studying is to be able to try to connect the knowledge with what you already know, and you can form what we call mind maps so that you can associate it with what is already in your brain, and that way you run better. So here is the problem. Many people stop using their brain fully. In fact, there are some people who feel like by the time we die, we have only used like 5% of our brain. So we die with 95% of our brain unused because we were trained to use only that small part of the brain. We were convinced that we are not capable and we are not broken. It's only that we were programmed to achieve mediocre things. So this programming to mediocrity, what does it exactly mean? One, from a young age, many people hear these words. You are not good at this, and you come to believe that. This is too hard. You come to believe that it is hard. Someone might tell you, you are not good in sciences. You are not good in mathematics. You are not good in this. You are not good in music. You can't even act. You cannot sing. So you believe that. But any person who spends enough time, and they say like, if you can spend 20 hours on what you want to learn, you'll definitely learn it. So let's be realistic. People will tell you, just be realistic. You can't be able to do this. Then you are told people like you cannot succeed. So over time, the brain learns to fear. This is what we call programming to mediocrity. Just accepting that you are not capable. It means you stop trying. There are some studies that people have done, and I will give two stories of experiments that have been done with fleas. So the fleas, if you put fleas in a container, you leave it open, the fleas will jump and jump and they get out. If you use the same container, you put the fleas inside it and you cover it, the fleas will start to jump, but after some time, they realize they cannot make it, so they stop. So even when you remove the lid, they don't try. Experiments have been done on elephants. You know how big the elephants are. You tie an elephant with a rope and then it is tied with a tag to the ground. So every time the elephant tries to move, it feels the tag on its leg, it's unable to move. So it will try the first time, but after some time, it gives up. There was an experiment also done on rats. So what was done was this. Rats were given food and initially they would rush there to get their fill. And then the same food was put and then it was connected to an electric shock. So every time the rats tried to go and get some feeding, it would get an electric shock. So every time it tries several times, then it reaches a point that it gives up. That it knows that if it tries to touch the meat, it will get an electric shock. So even when the electric shock is removed and the meat is put there, the rat will not try to go for the bite. It will, and the rats died of hunger. As miserable as that looks, you can imagine this is what has happened to us as human beings. We have a brain that has a lot of capacity, but because of that programming to mediocrity, we behave like those rats or fleas or even the elephants, which when we know that when you try something you fail, you come to accept that you are a failure. The bad news is that failure is not a person. Failure is an event. And failure is feedback that you did not do it right. Thomas Edison, before he discovered the electric light, he had tried more than 10,000. And someone asked him, you are not giving up on this project? And he said, I have only learned 10,000 ways of not getting the electric light. So he did not give up. And this is how we should reprogram our minds. Because you are powerful and you have a powerful brain, and don't let this programming take over you. So how do you reprogram yourself? The first thing is early awakening. Early awakening means you realize that you have a brain that has a lot of capacity, that has a lot of possibilities, and you do not have to accept that you are mediocre. So know that your brain is capable, and you have any idea that you think about, or any project that you put your mind into, you are capable of achieving it. So what does this change require? It does not require talent. It just needs a reawakening. What reawakening means is realizing you can grow, you can learn, you can learn, and you can overcome the fears that you have. As we continue in upcoming videos, I will talk about other chains that have held us up and prevent us from achieving what is dear to us, the most critical things in our lives. You can imagine, as human beings, how many marriages have been broken down because the people involved could not learn. How many businesses were not started because someone was afraid of starting and failing, and that's how we have been programmed. So learn that you can grow, and then your brain can learn again, and you can start again. This is not just a small door, it is powerful because it is what will open the doors for change for you, and then you can know and you can decide. It does not matter, that is the good news, how much you have failed before. It does not matter how much you have held yourself previously. The moment you decide to start, that is your starting point. Where you decide, I have had enough of this mediocre life, I want to start. So believe that growth is possible because it is possible. So how do you get that growth to restart your life? Growth, for the first thing, is developing a growth mindset. This is very key. What does having a growth mindset mean? It means you can learn and you start learning. How do you learn? You can read books, you can listen to podcasts, you can attend seminars, you can join classes, you can join courses, and you can also learn from your own experience. Whatever you experience on a daily basis, if you sit and reflect and see, what did I do well, what can I improve on, that is learning. You can also learn from mentors, people who have done what you want to do. They have either succeeded or they have failed. You need to listen to those who have succeeded so that they tell you what were the main principles that they used. You also need to listen to those who have failed so that you know what did they do that made them fail. Then you can also improve. Remember that in life, you are your own competitor. I've said you have come with a powerful brain, a super brain that has capacity. So I was not created to live someone else's life. I was created with a particular purpose, with a particular objective by my creator. And that's what I'm supposed to achieve. Unfortunately, many of us, we live the life of other people. You compare with others. Because someone so and so has done this, you feel like you are a failure. But the only person you're supposed to compete with is yourself. So be better today than you are yesterday. How do you become better? This is what I did yesterday. What can I do today to make myself better? And you keep improving on yourself. And what is being a fool? Being a fool is learning but not taking action. If you do not take action on what you have learned, you have just entertained yourself, and if you don't take action, then you are a fool. And being a genius is someone who learns something and he learns it very fast and takes action very fast. That is the difference between these two people. So you decide where you belong to. So it is not by nature, it's by choice. Either you take action, you become a genius, you don't do anything, you have learned, you are a fool. Okay. So it does not mean everything is easy. If it was easy, then we would not need discipline, we would not need focus. But it is simple. It is as simple as that. For you to do anything that you want to do, break it to the smallest activities that you can undertake. Have a big goal, but break it down to the simplest principles. because that is what will make a difference in your life. You may think about making a million. Yes, that is a big idea that you have. I want to make a million. But break it down to the simplest thing. What am I supposed to do at this moment, at this time? It could just be taking my phone and making a phone call. And then following up with another one and another one. And remember the power of multiplicity. Whatever you do, sometimes, many times we do something, we don't do enough of it to see the results. We give up. So allow yourself also to fail, because failure is feedback that you did not do it the right way. So you learn it, you get mentorship, you get coaching, you change direction, and you do it again. So failure is not a proof that you are weak. It is a proof that you are learning, because you have learned a new way that it is not the way you did it. So every time you try again, your brain builds up your strength, and your brain, you build, the more you repeat something, you repeat it until it becomes part of you, and you can do it on autopilot. This is how super brain work. And remember, some of the things that discourage us is that we think that we need to be excellent. Remember, even the best surgeon, at one point he was learning. He was trying to learn how to tie knots. Even when you see they are doing things at a superhuman level, they started with the failure, they started with learning, they trained, and that's how they have become good. So even yourself, with your mediocrity, as you learn, you can get it. The only thing is, repeat it many times as possible, that you build your confidence, and have mentors, have teachers, learn from whatever you can. So focus and discipline, they awaken your power. So power does not come from motivation alone. Motivation is like a phone battery. You charge it within 24 hours or 48 hours, it has drained down. That's how motivation is. But with systems, they sustain you. When I talk about system, what do I mean? Put ways that things that you really want to achieve will be done because of the consistency that you do them with. If it is waking up time, have a specific waking up time that you have. You decide to be waking up at 7, 7 is wake up time. Your brain will run, 7 is wake up time. And then also have a specific uh, sleeping time, so that you don't engage your brain in making unnecessary decisions. If you decide have to have breakfast, I'll be having my breakfast at 9. Make it a routine. I'll be studying 30 minutes. Immediately I wake up, the first thing I do is my exercises. How many minutes? 30 minutes. That is building systems. And its systems will sustain you, because they become automatic, and they also help you. Behaviors build on each other. So you know, after I finish this, I do this. After I finish this, I do this. And that sustains you. Then focus is doing one thing well, and it is choosing to do not do anything else. You focus your brain. They say that when you focus a laser beam on something, then it is going to work on whatever you are focusing it on, and it will produce power that is beyond measure. And that is how your brain works. You multitasking is cheating yourself. Our brains are not meant to multitask, because whatever you do, you are only doing too many things at the same time. And what is the effect of this? You take longer, you are likely to make more mistakes, and sometimes you can even harm yourself or harm others. Sometimes we can imagine you calling and you are driving. Yes, you may be an experienced driver. You may have the experience, but you may not be able to concentrate to the simplest details. And that's how you see you are worse off sometimes. A driver who is talking on his phone is worse off than a drunk driver, because he does not have the capacity to change action when danger comes. Then discipline. What is discipline? Discipline is showing up even when you don't have enough reason of why you should show up. And even when there are barriers that would tell you not to show up, but you keep showing up. That is what discipline is. So small actions, you do them every day, they become part of your life. So if you decide to gain and build yourself, to read, have specific time. Every day, read. Every day, listen to a podcast, and you do it consistently. If you decide to exercise, exercise every day. Move your body. If you decide to run, get new skills. And there are many skills you can learn. You can learn communication skills. You can learn digital marketing. You can learn making videos. You can learn editing videos. And then learn to plan your day. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what have I learned today? What have I created? Uh, what I have done today, has it helped me to reach my goals? So over time, as you continue repeating things, you grow your confidence. You, your fears become smaller. The more you succeed in something, your brain learns you can succeed, and it becomes better at it. And even your brain will teach you of ways to do it better, and ideas start flowing in. Then discipline becomes normal, and then excellence becomes possible. What you feared becomes autopilot. So how do you learn your potential? You don't need a new brain. You need to learn how to use the one you have, because it is already fully loaded with full capacity. Just like a child learning to walk, it will fall, it will stand, and then you keep doing it until the skill becomes part of you. So your potential is not gone. It is only asleep, and the sleep ends when you decide to wake up. I've said it does not matter how you have failed before. It does not matter how you have failed to take action. You may decide today is my day, and you decide to take action. And that is what will define, will be your defining moment at the start, at the awakening of your life. So listen carefully. You are not late. You can never be late. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what you have done before. Take your decision. Decide, I want to ignite my brain. I want to start my life. You are not broken. You are not ordinary. People might have confused you otherwise, but you are not ordinary. Your brain can grow. Your life can change. Your future can be better. But it starts with one decision. That decision is that you stop living small, start using your super brain, because it is super and it was created super. So if this message speaks to you, like this video, share it with someone whom you feel is stuck, and subscribe to this wellness and wealth channel for more tips on how to improve your capacity to improve your life and to improve your capacity. So this channel is about health, it is about growth, it's about discipline, and it is becoming the new version of yourself. Your power is real. It is time to wake up. So do not hold yourself. Uh, Join me in this wellness and wealth channel as we grow together and help each other to reawaken the giant in you. Thank you.